The concept started a few years back and we got together with our partners at University of New South Wales, National Parks and Wildlife Service and Taronga Conservation Society to pull this broad collaboration together.
Why did the platypus disappear from the national park?
We don't really know. It's probably a combination of factors. There's interesting stories about chemical spills from trucks overturning on the Princess Highway back in the 70s. It could have been a real multi-causal extinction hypothesis. So from feral pests to pet dogs, many things could have gone wrong for the platypus, but we've been assessing the threats over the last couple of years and we think it might provide a suitable home once again for platypus.
So these are the pictures. When did this happen?
So this was only last week on Friday. We've released 6 female platypus into the park so far. We'll give them a week to settle in and then we'll reintroduce the males.
Have you got tags on them so you know where they're going?
We sure do.
Yeah,
they're really heavily monitored. So we'll be intensively monitoring them with acoustic tags which ping when they go past our receiver stations, and we've also got VHF radio transmitters fixed to them. So we've got a couple of innovative technology working to follow them.
Excuse my ignorance on platypus, but is this group going to stay together? Are they large? Are they communal? Look,
I think from a reintroduction perspective, what we would like to see eventually is platypus spreading out and forming new territories within that Royal National Park river system.
So when you decided to go with this ambitious project and try and reintroduce them, what did you find in the river systems, in the water there? Was there anything that had to be changed to make it habitable again for platypus? Look,
it's an urban catchment, so we have to think about the effects outside national parks coming into the national parks. We're hoping that with, I guess, a renewed focus on environmental protection, that the people that living within that catchment outside the national park are really taking care of water quality. We've also done really intensive surveys on macro, aquatic and vertebrate numbers. There's good food sources in the Royal. The water quality seems to be reasonable enough for platypus to return, and we've also, via our partners at New South Wales National Parks, been controlling pests like foxes in the park.
I was going to say that natural predators in the wild.
Well, so foxes were introduced to Australia almost a couple of hundred years ago, and they've caused real devastation for our small mammals. So they're vulnerable to fox attack. We're hoping that these threat management strategies will provide a really effective start for our platypus population.
So Rob, as you said, you released 6 female platypus last week. The males come this week. Why? Why didn't you just put them all in together?
The boys are a bit more boisterous and pushy than the girls, so we're just trying to let the females establish territory, find their footing, start to eat, start to look for burrows, and then reintroduce the males. So hopefully that strategy is effective. This is all new. We haven't done many platypus reintroductions in Australia, so what we learn will pave the way.
Is this the platypus at Taronga then? So where, silly question probably, but where did you get the platypus from?
It is, so they've come from healthy river systems within southern New South Wales. So part of this project involved a couple of years of really intensive monitoring for source populations, where we could take 1 or 2 individuals and they were then transferred to Taronga Zoo for health assessments and monitoring over the last week, and then from Taronga they've gone back into the park.
It's very exciting. I mean, how will you judge your success in this project? What is your best possible outcome?
Look, I think breeding outcomes what we're looking for. So next year we'd love to see some juveniles in the park, and that's really a good short-term indicator of success.